Hey, what's up, guys? It is messy tonight. Deion Sanders' new woman has folks hating on him, and why? I don't know. No. And Chris Brown may have entered the mix, but he's blowing subliminals. Now, Tyler Perry's taking credit again, and Trump, him and Elon Musk need to be friends. He's teasing Epstein-list, naming names, like he just got into an argument. I mean, and one of our past presidents is catching strays by that. And what's really going on with Clarissa Shields and Papoose? I mean, we know she's like a puppy looking at her owner. That sounds foul. But is Papoose her new employee? I mean, he says so himself, but we're going to get into it and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to drop this countdown, give y'all chances to get in here. Sorry, guys. I hate when I read off of ChatGPT. It doesn't flow naturally to me. Yo, first off, let me know if I end up sounding choppy, because I noticed there might be a little bit of a lag going on. But anyway, we're going to get into it right now with, let me see, who should we start with? Okay, we're going to start with Diddy real quick, because that's like it's like whatever. So let me see, did I even put Diddy in here? Yeah, I did. All right, we good. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me see. If I sound horrible, please, guys, let me know. All right. So this is all right. So all of a sudden, Diddy's legal team is saying that he should be released before he has to serve the jail time. And it is correct, because they had him in jail because they said that it was a horrible, horrible crime and that he can't be trusted. However, he was never found guilty for it. So technically, under the law, how is he a danger? Because you already did a crime and you're saying that he's not a danger. He was just picking up prostitutes. So for that, it's like, how are you holding it for somebody's safety if he wasn't found for anything? That's just legally. But between me and you, we know, I'm sure a couple of people are terrified of him. Like Cassie, she need to watch her back. Only because I could see him getting out and being extremely arrogant. But based on the laws, and you kind of got to go by the laws, because you don't want them to start doing what they want to do just because. I think they could have proved the freaking case if they wanted to. However, they didn't want to. They was like playing with their food. They did not want to show what really be going on. That's how I feel. And I feel very strongly about it. So it's like, since y'all didn't do your job, like y'all put a bullshit case together, y'all got to follow the law. Because what happens if you got people that are innocent? You can't hold them to this. If they're not a danger, they're not a danger, right? But that's what y'all said, because y'all said that he was not guilty. That's just the way I see it. Because you don't want people to be rolling the dice with the law. And they could pick and choose, because then it's not above board. It's crazy. Let me get him off my screen. We're going to go with the next storyline. All right. Freak it. We're going to talk about Karrueche. All right. Funny. Somebody is winning tonight. Somebody is winning. Hold on. Let me pull her up. Now, hold on. Where's Karrueche? Here we go. There's a new love interest in the house, and it got past most of us, because I didn't see it happening. Hold on, let me Yes. All right, so we got Deion Sanders in the hospital, which he just got well from. He just beat cancer by cutting up, I guess, the cutting it out, but it has a lot to do with his bladder. He had bladder cancer. So he was filming it, and guess who was in the room with him crying, talking about get well soon, daddy.
Texting the boys. It's their first day of practice today, and I'm excited. It's kind of the first day that.
So yeah, we are here to fully remove the bladder.
Texting the boys. It's their first day of practice today.
All right. So, the hate is real because we got who was this? Antonio Brown is going to say, what's Karrueche doing with Deion Sanders? First of all, look at that. The age difference is pretty decent. She's 37. We forgot. Karrueche done grew up on a kid. So she's 37. He's what, like 50 something? And Antonio Brown sitting here talking about Karrueche, baby. He don't have a bladder or toes. What you doing with him? Somebody need to take Antonio Brown out. Because first of all, like, that is the lowest blow for a man not to have a stick that works. But yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out with their dynamic, because she's still young and she looked like she frisky. And we know she been turned out because she was with Chris Brown. And I know Chris Brown like it spicy. Yeah, Deion's 57. But it was not about the age. It's about the fact that he's not going to be able to put on work. But my thing is, if you're with somebody and then something else happens to them, do you just say, F it, I need some? That conversation can come later. Maybe he going to do a little Diddy or something where he gonna watch or something. I don't know, but that's their business. That's their relationship. It wasn't for Antonio Brown to get in the comments and say anything. Like, she don't want your ass. Now, Deion Sanders, other than his magic stick not working, I think that is a complete win for Karrueche. I didn't know she was even dealing with him, because if that was the case, he's a family man. And he definitely will wipe you up, keep you in the house. I seen that house. Oh my gosh, guys. We got to do a tour of that house again. But that tour of that house was amazing. I originally thought she was dating the son when I saw her, but then I forgot. Like, Karrueche ain't that young. She looked good though. She looked good. Let me do my applause. Hold on, let me read some comments real quick. We might see Roxy and Karrueche tram beef. Yo, it's funny because Roxy, Karrueche, and Cassie, they look alike to me. I get them all mixed up. Deion Sanders says his son still don't know he had bladder cancer as revealed health issues. That's crazy. Okay, so he's a Leo. Deion Sanders is a Leo. Shout out to the Leo. All right, we're going to get you off the screen. All of a sudden, just like that, I got hungry. Hold on, let me X that out. Oh, Chris Brown is sending subliminals. We can't forget about Chris Brown. Hold the hell up. Because all of a sudden, random as hell, your man Chris Brown posted to nobody in particular. I think it had a lot to do with Karrueche. We're going to share that screen. Where's Chris Brown? He said, little shit still pisses me off to this day. I'ma pray on it. Random. Nobody saying nothing. This is the day after Karrueche's posted up with Deion Sanders. Come on. And everybody in the comments, because neighborhood, that's neighborhood talk. They are messy as hell. Everybody in the comments talking about seeing Karrueche. Prime is getting his residuals. Christina's gone, Chris. So everybody's saying the same thing. Chris is probably crashing out of a Karrueche. I know they saw each other recently at that concert. I forgot what's that concert. Damn it, I forgot. But he walked up to Karrueche and they spoke. You know, all this seemed like it's forgiven. She ain't going that way. She with a grown ass man. And we know Chris. I don't think Chris is ever gonna be ready to settle down. He like the Bachelor for life. I don't think he has it in him. We're going to talk about Trump real quick. Yo, messy. Remember Elon Musk got upset with Trump and then he said that Trump was on the list, the Epstein-list. Now, this is what Trump is going to say randomly because everybody's accusing him because Trump is moving effing shady as hell, by the way. All of a sudden, Epstein who? He's throwing signals, subliminals to Ghislaine Maxwell. Like, apparently, allegedly, people are like throwing up posts saying that there may be a pardon or some pattern. A pardon. I don't know, but they're erasing their YouTube posts real quick. So I don't know what's going on. But they're saying that it may be like a hint or something. I don't know. But he's getting a lot of blowbacks right now. And in doing so, your man decides to be petty as hell and have a conversation with us. And this is what he says.
Harvard and many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his island, and I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island. Yeah, I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth. And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. And many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his island, and I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island.
Could we talk about Bill Clinton going there 28 times, though? Now, we knew the Clintons were shady. Well, I don't know if y'all didn't know. I remember that Hillary Clinton had to go to, it was a part in Africa because they gave them a whole bunch of poison. They was injecting them with some kind of poison stuff and your bitch goes, yeah, she's a bitch. Yeah, she's a bitch. I'm not correcting that. I don't care. She gonna say, sorry. Sorry. Matter of fact, let me pull that goddamn. Let me find that clip. I'm pissed off all over again. Hillary Clinton apologizes. Nope, I'm mad now. Hold on. Let me. No, that's not. It was something else I did when she was in office, but that's not here. I'm gonna find it. I gotta find it and get back to y'all guys. Because now they're saying that she's apologizing for the Tuskegee experiment, but it was something else. And it was not that, but I gotta figure that out. Oh my gosh, y'all going? Oh, now y'all want to talk to me because every time I be going live, everybody be missing it. Nobody want to say nothing in the comments. What? Let me see. Chris Brown is the new age Genuine. Yo, did Genuine ever settle down? Yeah, Stephen Harris. Nobody got a problem with her age. She a grown ass woman. And Deion Sanders is a grown ass man. They not that far. Like they 20 years. It's not that bad for like a middle-aged man, and she's 37. Come on now. Did you check the Jefferson series in November with Anthony Anderson and Regina King? No, I didn't. You know what? You brought up Anthony Anderson. I was minding my business tonight, but I got to do a sideways on Anthony Anderson right now. Let me see this video. Let me see if I can find this video real quick of him, yes, making Lindsay Lohan feel uncomfortable. Full screen? Hold on. How do I get this in a full screen? Hold on. You brought up Anthony Anderson just now? Hold on. I think your boy's a pedo. Let me bring it to the stage. Anthony Anderson. Here we go.
She's single, but looking.
But I'm illegal for people that are old.
Well, you know, some
I'm
men
illegal.
like them young. We ain't gonna mention no names, but you know, I'm one of them.
That wasn't funny at all.
No, I don't have a boyfriend.
She's single, but looking.
But I'm illegal for people that are old.
Well, you know, some men like them young. We ain't gonna mention no names, but you know, I'm one of them.
You see how uncomfortable she looked on that stage? She was like, yeah, okay. I'm not letting him slide with that either. By the way. What else we got going on real quick? Okay, Tyler Perry, real quick. Let me bring him to the stage. Nobody asked him nothing, but you know what? I think he needed a little bit of good publicity. DeMarcus said Anthony Anderson is very cringe. That was fucking cringy and disgusting. I can't even with that man. But I've heard a lot of stuff with him in the background before. So I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised that was hidden for so long. He can't unscrape that from the internet. All right.
This deal with
So Tyler Perry, nobody like Ryan Coogler. I want to hear from Ryan Coogler. I'm gonna let him say it, and then I'm gonna talk about how I feel about it.
it's talking about the Sinners deal. Oh my God, he got this amazing deal. Listen, I called that brother up, as I did a lot of them. I called him up after Black Panther and I said, listen, here's how you do it. The deal that he has, my first movie, it'll be 20 years this year from Guy Ritchie.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. I called him up and said, here is how you do that deal. Wow. And to see that they were able to pull it off, right. I applaud him, man. I'm excited for him.
That's right.
Because that's what it's about, holding on to the ownership. That's what changes it.
Yeah, but I got to say something.
We're gonna let it play like a little bit part of the beginning again.
When this deal with Ryan Coogler, everybody's talking about the Sinners deal. Oh my God, he got this amazing deal. Listen, I called that brother up, as I did a lot of them. I called him up after Black Panther and I said, listen, here's how you do it. The deal that he has, my first movie, it'll be 20 years this year from Guy Ritchie.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. I called him up and said, here is how you do that deal. Wow. And to see that they were able to.
So randomly, nobody asked Tyler Perry. He calls Ryan Coogler up. I'm gonna tell you what my problem with these red flags are right here. He's like, I called him up and I was like, let me tell you how to do a deal. And I'm like, so unless Ryan Coogler comes to us and says that, you know what, Tyler Perry is the reason he got inspired, because we don't know what that man was doing. You don't know what his negotiation was going on. Randomly, Tyler Perry's like, I just randomly called him and I told him this is what you do. First of all, Ryan Coogler is not surprised he got the deal. I've heard him speak about it. He said that he literally knew of other people getting that same deal. He was like, that is not a big deal. That deal was pretty standard. So no, I'm not surprised that I got that big deal. So randomly, Tyler Perry, who needs good press right now because he wants to be the, stand-up black hope, like Umar Johnson, because they are dragging him through the mud right now. And he gets up there and he says, oh yeah, that I took credit for that. I'm taking credit for that. Yeah, Tyler Perry just wants credit, like random. No, Ryan Coogler is a good producer. He's a good writer. He's amazing. Like his work speaks for himself. He deserved everything he got. Sinners was worth it. He said, so before Tyler Perry even called, because I watched Ryan Coogler do so many interviews, countless interviews. And Ryan Coogler literally sat there and said, this was my baby project. I wasn't going to just let it go for peanuts. I put my soul in it. I told them what I wanted and I was not going to stand back off of it. So, I mean, Tyler, you were never mentioned during that. I see you backtracking now talking about, oh, I called him and I told him what to do. Okay. Whatever. Anyway. Real quick question. Oh, you know what? No, because I got to talk about this right next. Another person that's taking credit when nobody asked. Papoose, welcome to the stage, guy. Bring him to the stage. Okay. Papoose. He says right after the fight. Now, let me tell y'all what happened in the fight. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Clarissa was chasing that girl like Spider-Man, Superman, and trying to knock her out because the girl was running. I'm like, why take the fight if you're going to run all night long? Like, you get out of breath when you're running and chasing after somebody. But Clarissa is like, we're not going to do a boring ass fight because it gets boring when the person is running and the person is blocking and stuff like that. Clarissa did a very good fight for someone that was the aggressor. And she went in. So after she's running and chasing the girl, she got to throw all these hits and stuff like that. So for all of y'all that's saying that she's falling off or she's doing bad, I digress. I don't think so. She not only had to fight her, she had to chase her down too. Girl kept goddamn running. I said, girl, stay straight and take your ass whooping. Anyway, so I kept trying to figure out, why is this girl showing half her breast? Let me see if there's a picture. And she was doing it all night. Yeah, right here. Hold up. Randomly. Like she's standing there. She's standing there randomly showing half of her breast. And I'm like, what is she doing? And I'm like, they're like, oh, no, it's a tattoo there. And I'm like, a tattoo? I couldn't see it at the time. It just looked like meat hanging down and this girl don't know how to dress. Yo, she literally... How thirsty you gotta be to literally fix your bra or your dress a certain way to stay at the meat and lock it in so that... Hold on, my laundry's here. Yeah, hi. I paid you and I tipped you, so just leave it on the porch. Thank you. Bye. I provide a service for my clients. It's not even mine. I do my own laundry, but for everybody else's, no, I send it out. Anyway, I'm sorry. I was distracted. So she literally clipped her goddamn outfit to plaster her breast right there, mid breast, and leave it there and walk out the house like that shit was cute. Because I kept saying, yo, why she just don't fix it? That little mark, because you couldn't really see it from far away. It just looked like this girl didn't know how to dress and she couldn't put her clothes on. It was because she wanted to show Papoose's name. How the fuck do you do that? Could she have gotten married first? Could he have gotten divorced first? No, it wasn't a new style. He said it was a new style. DeMarcus fan always bring my name up all the time. He's jealous. Oh, y'all going back and forth. He said Black internet is mad after Tyler Perry appeared to shade director Ryan Coogler. He didn't shade him. He just trying to take credit for his stuff. Okay, back to what I was going to say about Papoose, because that's not even what I was going to say. I just couldn't get over the fact that she threw on her clothes like that and decided to walk around. You know what? She should have just posted a picture and called it a day, but she did not have to walk around like that. I feel bad for her. I'm not even gonna lie. I used to feel bad for her, but now she just gonna have to eventually, God forbid, but she gonna eat crow. We already know how it's going to end. So in the beginning on the topic, I put, sleeping with the boss, right? Read this real quick. It says, Papoose, big congratulations to my love, Clarissa Shields, on another victory. You put on the boxing masterclass. Wow. From the way you interact with your family down to being a perfectionist when it comes to your craft, you are a true queen. You being mentioned with all the all-time greats is overdue and well-deserved. You did for women's boxing what many have attempted, completely sold out arenas, and they all came to see the GOAT. Glad I could be of value from behind the scenes and an executive standpoint. Special thanks to my WYNN record family. Hold on. Yo, do you know your man just bigged up his whole self? He said all of this stuff. Yes, she's a good boxer. Yes, she's talented and stuff like that. Is he taking credit for filling out the goddamn arena? And then he's letting us know that he is the executive behind the scenes. He needs to get her ass a styling person. I don't know why he doesn't get her a stylist. Because he probably say, don't listen to those haters, baby. It's me and you. But you know what? I guess he probably be his stylist and take money off the top. However, I want to say a caution, because you are making him on your team, which means you are his boss now. Meaning you can't get that mad at him when shit goes awry because you're on his payroll. It could be like you could be taking your frustrations out on him. Anything, it could be biased. Anything, it could be oops. Hold on. Hold on. My button popped. Talking shit. Hold up. I don't know what y'all can see and not see. My button said click, click. I said, oh, shit. What was I saying? Producer. Oh, yes. Because it didn't work out good for Mary J. Blige, and it didn't work out good for Wendy Williams, because every time if you employ your man, well, in their case, it's their husband, but she can't get to him yet. He better lock that shit down. Yo, I'm talking about her shit and my shit just pop open. Yeah, he better lock it down. And I don't know, maybe get Remy that divorce, but he's trying to make sure, I think, Clarissa, he's sealed in. I wonder how much y'all think Clarissa's paying him. I'm sure she's getting a whole bunch of percentage. So he is pretty much taking credit for the stadium being full and everything else. She did the work on her own. I really believe that it was the Layla Ali situation, because I tuned in because I wanted to see how she's fighting. Well, I watch her if I see it on there, but I literally went out my way this time. I was like, I want to watch Clarissa Shields because I wanted to watch her skills, because she's sitting there with going after Layla Ali. And I'm like, well, I want to see, what Layla, because Layla Ali is trying to figure out if she's going to take it or not. So she's like, let me watch her fight to see if I might not get my ass beat. I don't know. But we know she was watching, because I'd be watching too. That's why I was watching. Clarissa Shields shows love for Papoose after undisputed title defense as baby plans to unfold for 2026. Yes, she is planning a baby. They haven't been together that long, right? Do they live together? I suggest y'all live together first. I know it might sound backwards, but you don't know a person until you live with them. I believe everything Remy said. I'm sorry. I'm seeing it like playing out. I can't believe he did that. She said that he was a narcissist, but I see it like in what he wrote. He just was like, yeah, I'm glad I could be of help. Congratulations, you did well. I'm glad I could be of help making executive decisions on your freaking team. Damn. All right, so we're done with these two. I wish them well. Y'all think I don't? It just looks like a car accident that's about to crash. All right, before I get out of here, DeMarcus said Layla Ali should not take this fight. I wouldn't take the fight if I was her. I don't think Layla Ali would win. Like, throw away your title for what? Clarissa Shields is she's a fighting machine right now. It's gonna take a minute for her to get back on. All right, so habitual smiler said some random thing, and I decided, you know what? Let's talk about this or close with it. It says women detrain men out of being good boyfriends. All right, so me and my homeboy was having a conversation a couple of days ago, maybe 2 days ago. You know, because I was like, yeah, you do got to train a man. No, and when I say train, I don't mean you have to show a man what you will take and what you won't take, because a person is going to only do what you let them. So everybody shows a certain standard, you know, like even with men, like, you know what you could get away with and what you can't get away with. You know, when you try somebody and you be like, I ain't trying him. I'm not dealing with it. Just like that. So this guy is talking about detraining a man. He said women detrain men out of being good boyfriends with not enough positive reinforcements. So I guess he wants to be trained like a dog. I literally did train my dog at some point. And how you get them to pee or whatever you need them to do, you reinforce them with treats and you make them want to do it. And that's how you show them. So I guess he's saying he's a fucking dog and he wants to be trained. Let me continue. With not enough positive reinforcement and too much negative reinforcement, I guess that's when they say, yo, stop cheating. Stop cheating. Or, you know what? You didn't cheat today. So I guess he's saying, you didn't cheat today. Let me sleep with you. You didn't cheat today. Let me suck my cockiness. The thanklessness of being a good boyfriend is invisible to women. So, of course, they think they would flourish in the role because they are picturing appreciation and adoration for it. I think this is complete BS. Yeah, if you need reinforcements all the time, you either decent or you're not. I don't know what else to tell you. But it seemed like that's the woman he dealt with. It just is off to me. It's so off. But I guess that's a reason on why he's cheating or he's not being a good boyfriend. He's saying he's being a bad boyfriend because he's tainted. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Look, now I'm going to keep my goddamn hair there because my buttons, the rest of my buttons just said boop, 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 boop. I said, oop. Earlier, not now. I just was lifting my seat up. All right, let me read some of your comments before we get out of here. And I thank y'all for hanging out with me. It says Clarissa Shields embraced becoming a promotional free agent after win versus Daniels. And DeMarcus said, I love Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali. Yeah, I mean, I want to see them fight. I do. I would definitely be there. I would pay. So they're going back and forth. You got Steven and DeMarcus always going back and forth in the chat. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for hanging out with me and chilling with me. I don't know if y'all had any comments about any of the stories, but let me see. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to end it here. But y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I was looking on ChatGPT, said it's to see if they want to give me any advice on a closing. You know what? I'm going to let them. Oh, I'm going to give y'all a big hint. My homeboy's like, don't be telling people. ChatGPT is a lot better when you pay them. I can't hold more water. Hold on. Closing for YouTube. Let me see. maybe I can close this professionally. If they get to me in time. If not, we out. All right, let's see them do me an outro right now. They said, whew. We hit it tonight. Deion's girl drama, Chris Brown snapping, Trump trying to flip the table with the Epstein-list, and that whole effing the boy situation with Clarissa Shields Papoose. Y'all showed up the heat. I like it. ChatGPT is amazing. I ain't gonna lie. But y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all later, and thank y'all for hanging out with me. And I love you guys. So, and I mean that sincerely. And I have fun. I have fun anytime I'm with y'all. Let me know if y'all what y'all want to talk about. Hit me in my Instagram. I'll see y'all tomorrow.